when it comes to Tua, he obviously believes in him. He believes the guy's a great talent and what have you. And even in pointing out some of the criticism, he really highlighted why that is, because Tua is so gifted and he is so extra second here or there. He can make any play when you football games. Nick Saban from it was what he was talking about when he said, look, at some point in time, a play here or there, a down here or there, you have to accept the fact that somebody got the better of you. The defense won that play. Live to come back another day. Whereas Tua will press it because he's not trying to relinquish or surrender any ground to anybody. That very kind of criticism is also the kind of thing that most teams would love because it speaks to his level of competitive fervor. And from the quarterback position, you're looking for that from anybody.
Yeah, really quickly, Steve, I got to let you go and get ready for your show. But you heard Mel Kiper projecting Justin Herbert to go ahead of him. You know how usually cautious NFL evaluators are. Do you expect Tua to fall because of the injuries?
I think it's entirely plausible that he could, because injuries are a grave concern. If you're not durable on a collegiate level, stands to reason you're not going to be durable on the professional level. Justin Herbert's got him by about 4 or 5 inches in height. But outside of that, I haven't heard one single thing about Justin Herbert that's better than Tua. And so when you look at it from that perspective, I kind of agree with what Ryan Clark and Dominique Fox were saying earlier in terms of going with the guy with the highest ceiling. But if you're an executive afraid to lose your job, then you're going to go with the safer bet in most instances. And that's why it makes sense why Mel Kiper would have him moving up and Tua moving down. All
right, great to see you, Stephen A. And I'll see you in a few minutes. First Take coming your way next here on ESPN. Steve is revved up and ready to go. And I will bring those guys back, Ryan Clark and Dominique Foxworth, to finish up this morning. And as a general rule, Dominique, in your experience, just how cautious are these guys, right? I mean, most picks amongst people who do not have great job security are made with the primary intention of not getting yourself fired, right? And to me, that's the thing I point to.
Yeah, but I think that they could probably, if that's what they're concerned about, and I'm not sure that they are, they can justify Tua missing better than they can justify missing on Tua. And what I mean is, if they draft Tua and he gets hurt, they can point to the fact that we're in unprecedented times, and that's why they didn't get their hands on him and they wanted to take that chance. If they pass on Tua and get Herbert and watch Tua lead some other team deep into the playoffs year after year, it's going to be tougher to justify that when you have Herbert. Not that Herbert isn't very good, and I know Mel compared him to Josh Allen, which is a good NFL quarterback, but people are comparing Tua to Drew Brees. So if all we have to go off of is those comps, I'd much rather take the risk with the Hall of Fame guy rather than the guy who's pretty good and gets teams to the playoffs.
Now, one of the things about Brees, and of course it's not a fair comparison because Brees has been in the league for 20 years, but RC, we were just hearing Saban and Stephen A. talking about how Tua will take a lot of risks because he's so spectacular and he can make those plays. As a general rule, can that be coached out of a guy? You're sort of trying to coach a guy out of the stuff that makes him special in the first place. Can you coach that risk out of a quarterback?
I don't think you can. I mean, haven't we been trying to coach it out of Cam for the years he's been in the league? And I think that's what makes these guys special, the fact that they can make these plays. And yes, when you compare Tua to Drew Brees, you understand he has a quick release. He has the accuracy, but it's also his ability to extend plays that made him very dangerous at Alabama. And so I don't know if you coach those things out as much as you try to scheme those things away. But I agree with Dominique on this. If Tua Tagovailoa can be a star, and if you believe that, as many of us do, I don't necessarily know if you go pick Justin Herbert to be safe. You pick Justin Herbert if you believe in him, and that is the only reason you do. If not, you go with Tua Tagovailoa because all he has shown us is when he is healthy, when he is available, he can be great. On the other hand, Justin Herbert has not.
Yeah, there are other great players in this draft. At the end of the day, do you take a quarterback just to take a quarterback, Dominique, right? I mean, it's one thing to say I need a quarterback. It's another thing to take one if there isn't one sitting there that you think justifies the pick.
Agreed. We can point to several teams who have drafted a quarterback because they needed a quarterback and a quarterback was available and that failed. I think you're much better off getting a great player because all the things that we say about getting a good quarterback on a rookie deal, those things extend to other positions. If you can get a great player at any position on a rookie deal, that makes your team so much better and you still have that money to spend elsewhere. I'll keep pointing back to the Von Miller example in Denver. They went to the playoffs all 5 years through his rookie deal. They went to the Super Bowl twice twice and won it once with him as the MVP, in part because he was on a rookie deal, giving him Hall of Fame production. He was on a rookie deal, which gave them money to go out and get other players to surround him with, like DeMarcus Ware and Peyton Manning.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.